Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Media Champions. I'm your host, Mary Therese Griffin in Atlanta. Today, we welcome to the program from sunny Florida. We have got Ricardo Mazzi on the program with Mazzi Studios. So nice to see you, Ricardo. Thanks for being here.
Well, thank you for having me, MT. I appreciate it.
You help people bring their story to life and grow their business and their brand, and you do it with gusto, may I say. Let's talk about where you see the trends going in the next couple of years, Ricardo, when it comes to media and marketing, because just as you and I are sitting here chatting, those trends are changing so fast.
Oh wow, you said it. I mean, where do I start? The changes, I think, in every industry are rapidly evolving, right? And it's so hard to keep up, but you have to. You have no other choice in your business. I think, challenges, where the trends are going is some of them, the ones that you experience today and will probably intensify when, in the next few years. Demonstrating ROI is a big one. You're a marketer, you got to demonstrate your value, you got to demonstrate your return on investment. And I think that's a big challenge with so many different marketing channels, especially in digital marketing. You just have so many data points, so many tactics and strategies. And attribution, same thing. Where did my money go? There's what is it, that quote that says half of my marketing budget was spent, or something like half of it was spent on this and the other one I have no idea. So it's very hard to attribute where your spend goes in digital. Some companies have the right tools, but it's always a challenge to know, especially when people have different. You got cell phones, you got social, you got iPads, so that attributing the customer journey where they are sometimes can be a challenge, and I think that's going to only get a little more difficult and in the next couple
Sure.
years, because new technologies are always emerging. And I'd say, finding the right talent, and that's also another, I think, because there's this, marketers, I've had roles in my past where, CMOs, and you're focused on budgets and brand uh, setting up the brand, the visual and the messaging. And but who are the actual doers? Who's actually executing those marketing, right? Who is writing the copy? Who is actually executing that email marketing campaign? Who is your PPC guy? So I think finding the right talent, the right people to run or to help manage and execute your marketing is also like another trend that you're going to see uh, a lot of new roles, a lot of skill sets that are going to be in demand. And then
Sure. And you know
I'd
what?
say,
That brings me to my next question, Ricardo. You're parlaying right into it. If a company, big or small, has that internal marketing department or media department, it's still a really good idea for them to partner with somebody like Mazzi Studios. Why is that a good idea?
well, that's a great question. I appreciate that very much. Because, myself and my team, we have that experience of working and organizing. Like, we are your marketing department. We can work with you in any capacity, be it to revamp your website, to give you a whole full on inbound marketing strategy, or get what I call get your house in order and get it ready for a full on execution of a marketing plan. And then, when you work with, companies that do, like mine or other agencies, they've got that, multidisciplinary know-how, and they got the experience of working with different other industries and verticals that they could apply tactics and strategies and experience to one particular situation. So I think that's an advantage of working with an outside agency. A lot of companies don't have no idea, don't have budgets, don't have the know-how, don't have the right marketing leaders. And
Hmm.
for this, just much easier to go with like a done for you service or a done for you partner where they just handle your marketing. And I've seen that trend happening a lot, and in the last 5 years, 4 or 5 years, which obviously is great for businesses like mine.
Well, I love last question slash comment on your website. You straight away when people visit you at your website, you say that demand has not disappeared, and it's time for a creative pivot. Love it, love it, love it, love
Mm.
it. So when people visit you for the first time, talk to me real quickly about that creative pivot, because maybe people think they know what they should be doing, but maybe it's not what they should be doing.
Yes, and I appreciate that. That actually came about um, during COVID, right?
Hmm.
The whole world changed during the lockdown. Businesses has changed. A lot of businesses realize that they need to have a digital strategy. They need to be creative, right? They need to pivot. You could see that in the restaurant industry, right? A lot of restaurants had to change their whole business model because nobody was going to their physical location to have their meals. So a lot of them did just the catered meals to go. Um, and then you've seen people just get creative, but I recently revisited my homepage and I wanted to change it, but then I said, you know what? I'm just going to leave it because it's always time for a pivot. Now we're 2 years past the pandemic, and there's still a lot of different adaptation going on in behaviors and digital journeys that you, like you said, you think you may know what your customers want or what your business needs, but maybe it's time for a little creative push, a little different tactic or strategy. Things are rapidly changing, and it's never okay just to set it and forget it and sit still. I think it's always you always have to look for another approach, that maybe there's more leads or more income streams that could be opened up, like a new pipeline. So that
You
is
know,
kind of like my
I had a boss. I had a boss once, Ricardo, that used to say to me, she would say, when you're comfortable in your chair, it's time for a change. Don't get too comfortable
exactly.
riding the wave the way it is, right? Hey, Ricardo, we're out of time. I knew it was going to go by so quickly, but do come back anytime you like. I would love to continue this discussion with you. I've got about 10 more questions I want to ask. We're out of time, but I hope you can come back.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me. It was a pleasure talking to you, and anytime. I appreciate the invitation.
Thank you. We appreciate you, Ricardo. And the rest of you are so going to appreciate getting connected with Ricardo. We can help you do that. Mazzi Studios, we've got the connection. All you got to do is reach out to me right here, and I'm at dailyadbrief.com. I'm Mary Therese Griffin in Atlanta. We'll see you next time for more Media Champions.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.